I'd like to call the Union County Board of Education August 2nd meeting to order. I need a motion to go into closed session pursuant to NCGS 143-131, 2 for the consideration of bids, under NCGS 143-318.11A1 to prevent the disclosure of privileged student information pursuant to 115C-402 and FERPA 20 USC 1232G. Under NCGS 143-318.11A1 to prevent the disclosure of privileged personnel information pursuant to Chapter 115C, Article 21A of the North Carolina General Statutes, and to consult with our attorney pursuant to NCGS 143-318.11A3 to consult with an attorney in order to preserve the attorney-client privilege between the attorney and the public body, which privilege is hereby acknowledged, and to consider and give instructions concerning the judicial action Jane Doe versus Clark and Union County Board of Education.
Motion to go into closed session.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Okay, thank you. We are now going to close session. She's got to give me the, okay. Okay, I'd like to call the Union County Board of Education open session to order. Could we please have a moment of silence? Okay, thank you. We'll now have the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, I need a motion to approve the agenda, but I have a couple of amendments. I'd like to add as number 8, bond campaign update. And then for number 9, making policies for review. And then add policies for review 134, facility construction.
So
8 is bond campaign update.
what is the policy for review is?
Number 9.
What's number 9?
And then 134 under policies for review, facility construction.
Yes, like this will, that'll be 8 on campaign. This will become
Oh, this will become 9. Policies for review will become 9.
9.
And then we will add E.
Yeah.
Okay, 134. Everybody understand? We're good? Okay, that's the motion that I need, please.
So moved. Second.
Okay, all those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay, thank you. Special recognitions.
Good evening. We have some outstanding educators we would like to recognize tonight and an elementary school that has won a very prestigious award. When I call your name, please come forward and allow the board to congratulate you on your accomplishments. First, the Union County Association of Education Office Professionals has chosen Dr. Ann Radke, principal at East Union Middle, as the 2016 Union County EOP Administrator of the Year. The announcement was made during the 38th Annual Union County EOP's Administrator Banquet. In one of her nomination letters, Dr. Radke is said to lead by example, described as one who thinks outside the box and brings new ideas and attitudes to her students and staff. Her peers say she's a natural leader who has served as a mentor and coach for young educators, nurturing their passion for teaching. Here to support Dr. Radke is Karen Fowler here? She's not. Okay. And here to support her is Interim Assistant Superintendent, Mr. Sam Basden. We are very pleased tonight to also recognize Indian Trail Elementary School, which has been designated as a Leader in Me Lighthouse School. This status makes it a beacon of leadership for schools across the state, nation, and the world. There are 2,500 schools participating in the Leader in Me program, but only 206 of those schools in the world receive the Lighthouse School designation, and only 5 in North Carolina. Indian Trail Elementary School, Dr. Candace Boatwright, said the program has resulted in building confidence in her students, empowering her teachers, and helping with goal setting and accountability. This designation is awarded by Franklin Covey, recognizing that schools attain a high-rounded leadership model. The program is a whole school transformation model that empowers students with leadership and life skills they need to thrive in today's world. Here representing the school are Dr. Candace Boatwright, Assistant Principal Gina Chisholm, and the teachers who led the way on the Lighthouse team: Erica Brown, Katie Moat, Katie Rocheford, and Olivia Wallenborn. Congratulations, Dr. Boatwright and your staff. This is quite an accomplishment. We are very proud. Board, that concludes the recognitions for tonight.
Rocket it on.
minutes, do we? No.
Okay, I need a motion, please, to approve the minutes for the June 7th, 2016, June 23rd, 2016, and July 6th, 2016. There aren't
We
any.
don't have any.
Thank you. So those minutes. Do I have a motion for that?
Motion to approve minutes.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor? Aye. Okay, thank you. Motion passes. Okay, I need a motion to approve the consent agenda. Consent items.
Motion to approve.
Okay, all those in favor? Aye. Thank you. Superintendent report.
All right, the first thing that I want to do tonight is introduce you all to Mr. Marlon Watson. Mr. Watson, if you'll please come forward. I want to come forward and shake your hands. Mr. Watson, as you know, has recently joined us from Durham County Public Schools as our transportation director, and he has hit the ground running, and I can tell you, I am incredibly impressed with what he's doing already. So we are so excited to have him. Thank you, Mr. Watson. All right, it has been a busy month. On July 14th, right after our last meeting, as you all know, the governor came and visited us at Shiloh Elementary School where he signed his budget. After that, we successfully opened our year-round schools on the 21st. Walter Bickett Elementary opened last week, and this week we'll be opening early college. So it's been an exciting opening of schools, and then obviously, you know, we have the remainder coming up soon. On the 29th of this month, Deb Smith and I presented at the North Carolina Council of School Attorneys Annual Summer Conference, and we gave a presentation that was actually the same presentation that she and I gave in April at the National Council of School Attorneys Conference in Boston, Massachusetts. Today, I had the opportunity to welcome our principals and assistant principals at the Summer Instructional Leadership Institute. And that meeting was followed up by an opportunity to address our transportation specialists at their second of 4 trainings. Is that correct, Mr. Basden? And this is a new program that Mr. Basden and Mr. Watson have put in place to provide training to our transportation specialists. And then lastly, I want to thank the Board of Education. You've selected a wonderful new superintendent, and I'm honored that you gave me the opportunity to lead the district in the interim. This is a wonderful district made up of many talented professionals, and I've been honored and proud to work with them. I will continue to work with them, although going back to my former capacity. But it's been an honor to work with them in this capacity and to be supported by them. It just has been an amazing experience. And I want to thank each and every Union County Public School employee for all the support that they gave me, especially the cabinet staff and Ms. Malarkey and Katie Davis and the legal team this summer. I couldn't have done this without all of those folks. And I really look forward to using the perspective I gained sitting in this seat when I go back to my former role. So thank you all. I appreciate that you gave me this opportunity, and I hope I have successfully managed it through this interim period. Thank you. That's the end of my comments.
Thank you.
Madam Chairman, before we leave that, I would just like to thank Ms. Morris for her service as interim superintendent. We have had quite a number of things, business that she's had to attend to. She hadn't been a caretaker by any means, with personnel changes, the bond, budget, things going on. And I just want to personally thank you for your service jumping in. And since this will be your last meeting, we'll have somebody else, somebody new in that seat. I want to personally thank you for your work during this interim.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, next we will have the facility committee update. Ms. Merrill?
Okay, the facilities committee has been very, very busy the past couple of months, June and July. So I'm just going to update everyone who's not able to attend our meetings on where we are and what we've been discussing. Beginning with Western Union Elementary, the facilities committee received a request to name the auditorium in memory of John W. Brown, one of the founders of Western Union School, and he served as principal from 1940 to 1968. Mr. Brown worked for Union County Schools for 34 years, beginning his career in Waxhaw Elementary. The site-based team and principal unanimously agreed to a permanent memorial to be located inside the auditorium with his portrait and a bronze plaque. This request meets all requirements under board policy and was unanimously approved in facilities and will move in the future to the full board for final approval. Benton Heights Elementary Facilities approved staff's request to hire Little Diversified Architectural Consulting for the design of a new auditorium at that school, along with renovations to the existing auditorium, ADA renovations, and site improvements. An engineering study concluded that the old auditorium is not ADA compliant, but is structurally safe. Little Diversified plans to renovate this old auditorium to include 3 new educational spaces for their arts program, which will house dance, drama, and music. Site changes will include relocating the playground to the front of the school so that children will no longer have to cross the street. They will move parking to the back, and staff plans to send this out for bid in March of 2017. The IP platform upgrade. We received 5 bids that were presented to the Facilities Committee in our July meeting. An alternate bid was included to also provide the installation. That is something that we had discussed doing ourselves in-house. But staff recommended awarding the purchase and installation to the lowest bidder, and work will begin on the IP platform on August 5th to be completed by the contractor in September. So this is going to happen really quickly at all of our schools, and they will begin, as we've always discussed, with the middle schools, then they'll work through the high schools and in with the elementary schools in a very short time frame, so we could not be happier. New Salem Elementary Sewer. Documents have been submitted to the state for review, and this will go out to bid in September with plans of construction starting in October. For the OCR report, a purchase order for assisted hearing devices was issued in July. All high schools will receive these devices before school begins. Area of rescue assistance has also been sent out for bid and will be complete when school starts. At Sardis Elementary, the developer across the street was requested by the town of Indian Trail to put in sidewalks and a crosswalk over to the school. Staff determined that there were no issues with the developers, with the town's request, but it will be at the developer's expense, not ours. It was unanimously approved in facilities and will be presented to the full board. Rayview Elementary, we received roofing bids in June, and the one that we voted to and agreed upon will expire this Monday, August 8th. Mrs. Boyd and I attended the county commissioner meeting last night at the government center, and the commissioners approved rewarding this bid to WeatherGuard, and we will be using funds from Kensington for the overage at that school. So that was approved last night. I also wanted to mention that the public hearings were held last night for all of the bonds that will be on the November ballots. And no one in the county signed up to speak on behalf of SPCC, the library bond, or the school bond. So there were no comments from the community last night when we were there for roofing. Finally, for the school bonds, the Board of County Commissioners approved a bond referendum to be placed on the November ballot for construction projects that we as a board identified. Those schools again are Monroe High School, Porter Ridge High School, Sun Valley High School, Piedmont High School, Porter Ridge Middle, and Western Union Elementary, along with a new transportation facility. The Facilities Committee is working with staff to ensure student capacity and core capacity numbers meet the needs for these 6 schools using our enrollment forecast and McKibben data, all the way out to 2025 and 26. Staff has provided facilities with a classroom audit with input from each principal at these schools, along with information that has been received from DPI. We have also been provided a comprehensive list of all the MCRs and what they are being used for at all of our schools in Union County. And it was very interesting to have such a comprehensive report because a lot of these MCRs go far beyond just being used for classrooms. They're also being used for speech, after-school programs, PTA, ROTC, tutoring, band transportation offices in different clusters around the county, storage, and many other uses. But it's real important for us to know that even though they're not being used as classrooms, these are very important things that are also happening in our mobile classrooms at different schools in the county. And I wanted to talk about the importance of a new transportation facility. This is something that previous boards approved, and it was a project that had to be put on hold back in 2008 to fund other construction projects during enormous growth in our county. UCPS has continued to grow since that time, since the initial request, and currently we transport over 31,000 students, nearly 29,000 miles each school day. Our current facility on Venus Street only has 6 bays to properly maintain our fleet of almost 410 buses. The new transportation facility, if approved in the bond in November, will include 16 bays. Where DPI says a fleet of our magnitude, we should have a minimum of 13. And keep in mind, we currently only have 6. So DPI does say we should have at least 13. We're planning to have 16 when this is approved in November to maintain our 410 buses. Staff presented the architectural plans to our facilities meeting last week, and we are in the process of having the architect review these plans to ensure current code compliance. And that concludes the facilities update.
Okay, thank you so much, Ms. Merrill. Okay, next we have bond update, Ms. Morris.
Yes, you should have received tonight at your dais copies of the communications plan, an overview, as well as the FAQs. Tahira and her team are putting the finishing touches on a bond website. And she is in the process of generating a steering committee. And the purpose of that steering committee is to share the message of the bond. The current membership of the steering committee are parents from all of our clusters, as well as community members and students. We still need someone to lead that steering committee. Tahira has some ideas, but we would really appreciate help from the board in identifying anyone that you think can lead that steering committee, as well as some business leaders. We need some additional community members, and especially business leaders, to be a part of that steering committee. And I think, unless I've missed anything, Tahira, that's kind of, they're working the plan as it is on the plan that you've received and moving forward.
I would also like to add that I've been in contact with Dr. Houlihan. He's finishing up where he is, but we've been talking about bonds and meeting with community people, and just he's got a lot of great experience and ideas that he is bringing with him, and he's already working those, even trying to finish up his last week at work. So I just wanted to throw that out there too.
A quick question. This type of information, how is this being distributed, or what's the plan?
It's not been, and I'll have to hire come. It's not been distributed yet because the board wanted to see it before we did that. How, Tahira, you want to talk a little bit about the plan for distributing that information?
Good evening. All of the information will be housed on the website, on the bond website, but it'll also be distributed to the steering committee so that they can then then distributed to the community. We will take it with us as we go to our Speakers Bureau events. So at this point, it has not been, but it will be copied and shared, even starting, I believe, next week. Principals will have copies, parents will have copies. Everybody who's going out will have copies of all the information. And it'll also just be easy to download from the website.
I think Dr. Houlihan also spoke. He wants to make sure that open houses, they're going to be.
Right, and that's where principals will get it and parents will get it. So all schools will be housed with a toolkit that they will get all of the information, the FAQ, the bond oversight sheet. We'll have fact sheets for each project, and they will also have a copy of PowerPoint as well. So yes.
If I may, I would like to request that we receive in between meetings, if we could, bulletins or updates, people named to the steering committee, progress on this or that towards the bond campaign, rather than just waiting till next September's meeting. If we could get maybe a weekly update or as events occur, just to kind of keep progress, keep us informed what's going on as the campaign progresses.
We'll bring that to Dr. Houlihan's attention as soon as he arrives.
Okay, anything else? Okay, thank you. Now we are at policies for review.
I'm going to stay here if that's okay.
Oh, I thought I was looking for Dr. Jones.
No,
Okay.
Dr. Jones will come up and help me because I'm going to need it probably. Okay. The first policy for your review is policy 1-10, adopted rules of procedure. And this is some changes that came from statutory revisions, as well as when statutory revisions come out, as you know, we then pull the policies from the School Boards Association and do make some additions based on language that we see in there that is appropriate for your policies. So this is a combination of statutory changes as well as School Board Association proposed policies that we thought would be helpful in clarifying your policy. The next policy for your review is policy 134, and it may have confused you that you have two policy 134s on the agenda today. The first 134 is total quality education, and the recommendation of staff is that you delete this policy. We don't follow the total quality education process any longer. We use a strategic plan, et cetera, in moving forward. So, and as you know, we used to have the TQE presentation as part of the agenda, and we've changed it to the, I think, the school innovation presentation. So since we don't follow this program any longer, we recommended that this policy be deleted. And so then, having learned several years with Mr. Collins, who hated having more policies added, I thought, what a perfect time to just insert another one under the same number. The next policy for your review is 330, job sharing. And this is just up for your regular review, your 6-year review, and there are no recommended changes other than when they come up. I like to have NCGS as opposed to just GS, so we fix those as they come along. Appeals policy is the next policy for review. It is currently 418, and we are proposing it be moved into Chapter 1, which is the Board of Education chapter, and be 118. It's hard to tell that that 4 is got a strike through on it because it comes right through the cross of the 4, but it is in fact struck through. And what we have done with this policy is because we have used this appeals policy to deal with both employee, parental, and parental appeals, it was not clear in the policy that it dealt with employees as well. So we have clarified the policy to make it an overall appeal policy and would recommend it be moved into Chapter 1. And then I guess the final one is the new 134. And this is facility construction, and I appreciate you allowing us to add this in at the last minute. This is a policy that is required under new state law, and it's supposed to be approved by October 1st. And for us to meet our procedure of having a month to review and then next month, we wanted to make sure that this was before you tonight, so it would be in place by October 1st. And this new law requires a change order policy be in place. And so what I have done is taken the language from a proposed school board association policy and added the dollar amount that Union County Public Schools has used in the past for change orders to be approved by the board. There's no threshold of dollars necessarily in the statute, but it is that you have to have a policy in place to approve change orders. And we can play with that number if you all want. This is just a proposal, and we'll go back to the policy committee for review. And if any of you have any changes or proposed recommendations, we take those at that time as well. That's all the policies for review.
Okay, thank you. If there are no questions, we can move on to closed session decisions. I need a motion to approve the Newtown Elementary roofing bid.
On behalf of the Facilities Committee, I make a motion to approve the roofing contract for Newtown Elementary. No second is required.
Okay, all those in favor? Aye. Okay, thank you. And so this one will have to go to the county and to,
This will have to go to the Board of County Commissioners, and I believe I plan on being there August 15th is their next meeting before this expires.
okay, thank you. Okay, we are now down to board comments.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and get started. I would first like to say great job from all staff on the start of year-round school. Fantastic job there. Ms. Morris, heartfelt thank you for all you have done over the past several months as our interim superintendent. We couldn't have had a finer person doing this job and just keeping everything running smoothly. So thank you so much, and look forward to continuing to work with you over the next few months. Dr. Jones, thank you as well as you stepped into the interim position and also just kept things moving so smoothly. Really appreciated it. And all of staff, it's been, UCPS hasn't missed a beat. And we just continue to operate like UCPS is supposed to operate. And I know Dr. Houlihan's going to step into a place that is running smoothly. And we owe that to you two and to all of our staff. So to everyone, thank you so much.
I too would like to say thank you to Michelle Morris. You have done a phenomenal job over the past few months stepping into that seat. And I commend you for the decisions that you have brought to the board. We've had some principal changes. We've had a new hire, Director of Transportation, that we are very pleased with. And I just want to commend you and Dr. Jones for a job very well done under very tough circumstances, but things have gone very, very smoothly. So thank you. And all of your staff. Thank you very much for supporting our board and supporting Union County Public Schools in a great manner. I also want to, I wish he was here, but I want to thank Allison Schaefer and her staff at the North Carolina School Board Association for working with our board since March. It's hard to believe that we've been coming together and trying to start the ball rolling on finding a new superintendent since March. And but it has gone seamlessly and it has gone very well. Our board has worked so well together at Allison's leadership and Jim O'Rourke and the rest of her staff. There's a little bit of criticism that we should have gone with a consultant. But I am extreme. I could not be happier with the service we received from Allison Schaefer and the North Carolina School Board Association, and I am thrilled with our decision that we unanimously named Dr. Drew Houlihan, and I look forward to August 24th, and continuing to work with each one of our board members as well as we have the past few months. Thank you.
I'd like to add that based on the tremendous amount of change that has taken place, well, the whole year of 2016, it has been a pleasure of mine as well, Mrs. Mars, Dr. Jones, staff in general, based on what has occurred. I agree with what Mr. Martin has said. UCPS has not missed a beat. This board has come together in vital ways based on the need, what would be best for Union County Public Schools, and I'm happy to have been a part of that.
Okay, well, I'd like to, oh, you want
No,
to-
go ahead.
I'd just like to say, echo everything. The only thing I'd like to add is a personal thank you from me, because I know that I may have had you on speed dial a bit. And I know that we kind of said early on we were coming in together, our leadership changed yours, and just thank you for accommodating all my can I please, maybe I need, want. So thank you for just always saying, hello, ma'am, hello, ma'am, over and over again. So thank you. I truly, truly appreciate you stepping in, and Dr. Jones stepping in, everybody else stepping in. I staff came to the county meetings on their days off, and everybody just said, we'll do whatever we have to do. And I'm very, very proud of Union County Public Schools and to be a part of this system and to be a part of this board, because this board that you see right here is the board that brought it through, even when we didn't know. We thought it was going to be a little bit harder. When it was all said and done, we said, well, this was easy. We don't want to go through it again. but it was just because of Ms. Schaefer and because of, the applicants and our board. So thank you again, Ms. Morrison. I still just accept my call every now and then, make me feel good.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Well, I just wanted to thank everyone that came out last Tuesday to welcome Dr. Houlihan to UCPS. And I know the more you get to know him, the more you are going to appreciate the enthusiasm and new levels that he's going to bring to our school system. It is very obvious once you talk with a man, he is passionate about children, and it is going to be very exciting days ahead. And for those of you in the year-round school schedule, I welcome you back. And for those of you in the traditional schedule, of which the Sides household is one, you better start counting those days, because you're going to be going back to school before you know it. I hope everyone enjoys the remainder of their summer, and stay safe and try and stay cool.
Well, I may as well jump in. There's nothing much else to say. Everyone has said it. Thank you. Dr. Jones, thank you. Ms. Morris, thank you. There's nothing like trial by fire, really, to really show what a person's made of. And you've really done a fantastic job. I know that you're probably going to look for a superintendent job at some point, because it was, no. Well, even if you don't, I'm sure you'll succeed whatever you choose. So, but again,
No, she's choosing her old job.
I know
Yeah,
she
you're gonna
is.
do great in your old
I know
job.
she is. But right. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Are there any announcements?
Have an announcement. The next facilities meeting will be Tuesday, August 30th at the boardroom at 8 o'clock.
Okay, any other announcements? Okay. All those in favor? Aye. Thank you.